You're watching 7 Action News, always taking action for you.
We're just weeks away from opening day. What could be missing when fans start arriving at Comerica Park?
Out of control. The car pulled from Lake St. Clair, and what happened just before it drove off the roadway?
Struggling without power, the big freeze, the snow coming down, and new problems as we head into the evening commute.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Now Detroit. We are under our winter weather advisory right now until 11 o'clock tonight.
That's why we are talking snow here, little visibility, and slick roads as well. We want to get right to 7 First Alert meteorologist Denise Isaac live downtown at our studios there, and it's going to make for a messy commute, Denise.
Yes, we are expecting a very messy evening commute as the snow continues to fall, and mostly some heavier bursts between 94 and 696. That's where we're getting some enhanced lake effect snow off Lake Erie, believe it or not, thanks to surface winds out of the east. So the winter weather advisory remains in effect until 11 p.m. tonight. Here we are seeing some widespread snow showers, light snow, but if you pay really close attention, we do have some bands moving from east to west over Washtenaw, Wayne, and that will continue for the evening, reducing visibilities, mainly if you're driving on 94, also 96, and even the Davison Freeway. The wind starting to shift a bit out of the east-northeast between 10 to 20 miles per hour, so that will actually help the fact that we won't have that lake effect snow band off Lake Erie later on tonight. Right now, temperatures ranging between 21 to 25 degrees, so it is cold out there. We're expecting temperatures to stay pretty much steady in the mid to low 20s as we head out this evening. Light snow, more snow by 8, and snow showers. Here are the impacts for this evening. Slow evening commute, drive carefully, limited visibility, slick roads, and an additional 1 to 2 inches tonight and into tomorrow morning. So for the remainder of the event, we could still pick up 1 to 2 inches. So far, some spots like Berkeley reporting 4 inches. So overall, the snow continues. Winter is holding on. I'll let you know when we get a break.
All right, Denise, it's a mess out there. Thanks so much. Speaking of that commute, we want to take you outside, see what's going out on the roads. There have been snarls and accidents peppering the roadways since the snow started falling this morning. Let's get right now to Anne-Marie LaFlame in the traffic center.
Hey, good afternoon. It's been a mess all day long out on the roads. Let's talk about the major issues you're going to tackle as you're heading home. Ford, that ramp is closed to 275 southbound. Your best bet really is just to use that northbound entrance ramp from Ford Road this evening. Now, 696 eastbound between Ryan and Mound, we have the left 2 lanes closed right now, and we're sitting at an 11-minute delay. Now, that delay is not an entire drive time in that area. That's how much you want to tack on in addition to your drive this evening. If you're heading northbound, 75 northbound before Ortonville, we have 3 lanes blocked, really jamming things up. We're at a 14-minute delay right there. As we shift further downtown, 75 southbound at 8 Mile, we have a rollover. That's in the left lane, and that is backing things up about 16 minutes. A bit further south, 75 southbound at 94, that's another crash. A lot of slow spots in this area. In 94 westbound at Outer Drive, the left 2 lanes are blocked right now, causing a 7-minute delay. We're going to shift to 96 westbound because near Evergreen, it's only the shoulder that's blocked, but we have debris in the road, so I want you to use extra caution. We want to keep you safe as you're heading home and keep your car intact as well. US 23 southbound after Washington, the right and center lanes are blocked as well. That's 9 minutes in delay. And just take a look, if you're heading southbound, those red lines, we know that means things are just crawling. Now, I do want to check in with photojournalist Chris Jones. He's out on the road. I'm sending him to that rollover on I-75, and right now you can see he's heading off 696, and it looks like he's getting onto I-75. Take a look. It's those snowy conditions I want you to be aware of. There is a thin layer of snow no matter where you're headed, so they're slick. We've seen a lot of spin outs. We've seen a lot of slide offs. Just take it slow, and we'll check all those roads again together in just a bit.
All right, Anne-Marie, thank you so much. DTE customers fed up. Some 40,000 still without power. Roughly 30,000 of those people without power since Wednesday. As the Now Detroit's Matthew Smith tells us, one man is upset because he doesn't even think the power company knew he was still in the dark. Matthew?
Yeah, stop me if you heard this one before. You're without power for a few days. You see your neighbors all of a sudden have power. You go flip the switch, nothing. Well, that's one man's issue in Romulus, and it gets one step worse. He calls DTE, and they tell him that he has power. Well, with that as a situation, he started to question whether or not anybody would ever come out there to help him warm his home up. And with this weather and what you just heard Denise talking about with this weather advisory right now, that has a lot of people concerned.
It's frustrating.
The power lines are standing in this Romulus neighborhood, but who's getting power and who isn't, that's hard to tell.
The neighbors across the street have power. Anybody on this side of the street does not have power.
Which is why Byron Butler has relied on this generator for days now. But even after running a generator for hours at a time, the home's thermometer reads just 55. And the lights are still out. Worst of all, Butler says when he called to get an update in time on when those lights could go back on, he was told they already had power.
I know it's a lot of people that are still out. It's a lot of people right now today that are still out of power. But it's different being out of power and having an estimated time of it being back on. And it's a difference between that and them thinking that the power is on.
Now, I've been working to make sure that DTE has Butler and his neighbors on their list of repairs. And because with this cold weather and the snow, there's all sorts of problems piling up for those without power on this block.
It's bad. It's bad. I mean, but like I said, the worst part is them thinking that it's been restored.
Byron laughing, but he assures me he's taking this very seriously. He was upset. Now, we are taking action for you today. We made those phone calls. I did talk to DTE, and they assured me that they now have him on a list. They say they got him on there, and he does have a confirmation number, so I know him and his neighbors should be getting power later on tonight. In fact, that just happened recently, so Byron, if you're watching, we hope to get you on by midnight tonight. That word coming from DTE right now. So we just actually got out of there talking to them about the latest in the outage numbers. To remind you, we were at 800,000 after that storm on Wednesday. As of right now, we have 40,000 people without power in the metro area. Now, 30,000 of those have been affected since Wednesday. So a very, very long week for those folks. The rest of the 10,000 that are left over, those are people that have been shut off for repairs or have actually lost power since then. So there's a lot of different things that are working on here right now. And obviously everybody understands that this has been going on for several days now. It is bitterly cold. We now have the snow. The DTE officials that I'm speaking with say they understand those frustrations that you all have.
Yes, and I can definitely understand their frustration and their loss of patience. It'd be very difficult to go an entire week, even several days without power. The best I can say is that we are doing our best and that we are not going to stop until every customer is back.